Hey beautiful souls, David Essery here. As many of you will know if you've been following my videos recently, I'm running a workshop next week where we are doing some work to heal the planetary timeline. And this was something that Lord Voosloo stepped forward and kind of proposed for us to do as a level of service work. But one of the additional bits of guidance that I received as part of that was this idea of cleansing our energy that's left around the world from our past lives. Because we've all had many past lives in different countries all over the place. And when certain events, like negative events from our past, happen in those places, it can quite often leave some energetic residue of it behind that's still kind of linked to us. And one of the bits of work that Lord Voosloo proposed that we do on this night is to clear our energy from all around the world. And I've been working with Voosloo in preparation for doing so. And I asked him to step through today with a message that I could share with you all, just to talk about this in a little bit more detail, because it's an interesting subject and it's not anything I've ever really heard come up before. So I wanted to share this message with you today. This is what he had to say. Beloved souls, it is an honour to join you once again. As requested, I am here to speak on the subject of energetic dispersal. You see, you have lived many lifetimes. As you know from your experience of this one, they contain some good and some not so good, shall we say. In particular, earthly incarnations sadly often end leaning towards the not so good. As you well know, those events imprint upon you. They can linger on until resolved, impacting your energetic timeline, as well as your energetic systems. These events then manifest themselves physically within your world, within your feelings, or your psyche. It is also true that those not so good events leave an imprint within the physical location in which they occurred. I'm sure you have been experienced in seeing such energies in the world around you. When this happens to you, a part of your energy remains in this location, along with the energy of the event. Few souls realize this, but they are scattered across time and space. A key aspect of the ascension process is to recall your energy and unify the one. Releasing all of these events from your past lives around the world will release their binding from you, detaching you from that original trauma, dissolving its energy and reclaiming what was lost. Doing this work on a mass scale can have a profound effect. In this regard, I stand at the ready to be of service. Yours in unending light, Lord Voosloo. Thank you, Voosloo, for that message. I love stuff like this. I find it really interesting, and this is why I work so regularly with the Ascended Masters, because I feel we get a real insight into how we are working as an energetic being. And stuff like this is coming up that I've never seen before anywhere else. It's fascinating that he's talking about this. So essentially, he's talking about the energies that get left in the world around us after an event has occurred. And yeah, he says, I'm sure you've all been experienced in this. If you've ever been to a place where you felt that something bad happened there, or perhaps someone had passed away there, or if you've been to the site of a big battle or something like that, you can feel the energy in the land, in the air, in everything around you. Because until those things get properly resolved, it's just a really dense, heavy, stuck energy that gets stuck. And what he's saying is also a part of your energy gets trapped with it. If, for instance, you have one of these, as he calls it, very politically, not so good experiences, that energy of the experience itself remains in that place, but a part of you remains with it, and you are still attached to it. I mentioned something similar in my soul fragments video the other day about this idea of us being scattered across time and space. This is interesting because this is another example of it. We think of ourselves as very much being here and up there, but the reality is the situations of our lives and lives past has scattered us all over the place. And as he says, a big part of this process that we're going through is about recalling everything back together, about unifying the one, as he says, making us whole once again. When we do that, we increase our light frequency. When we do that, we become more in touch with our soul, with our highest self. And we begin to just come back as a much higher frequency being. So this work is really, really important. And yeah, as I said at the beginning, this is something that Voosloo has guided me to do as a part of this upcoming workshop I'm running, Healing the Planetary Timeline. So there's going to be two main parts of this workshop. One is what he guided me to in my previous message, which you may well have seen, is very much as he did with us on an individual level last month when we were healing our own personal timeline, healing the own traumas and events of our own lives. This time he is guiding us to be of service, to do the same work for our planet. If you think about it, you know, all of the events of the past, all of the wars, all of these atrocious things that have happened over our planet, over, yes, the last 10,000 years, but well beyond that, because civilization on Earth goes back further than we can comprehend. And there's been all sorts of events around the world that has imprinted its energy on the planet. And this is an opportunity to be of service, to assist, you know, our beloved planet in her own ascension, to help her release these energies. And, you know, she has got her own processes for doing this, but they can be quite turbulent for us, those of us on the planet. So assisting her in this way can really be a massive gain. And Lord Voosloo is sort of guiding us to actually look back at the planet's timeline and go back and clear these events, clear the energy within the Earth related to it, so that she can release these energies, that she can move on, she can raise her vibration, which helps us and everyone else on this planet as well. The other half, of course, is what he's talking about today, this energetic dispersal, where we're going to be doing work to clear our own personal energy that's been scattered around the planet from lives past, just cleaning it all up and just recalling those parts of ourselves back so that we can be more unified once again. As always, I think it's going to be a really, really beautiful experience, and I love the opportunity to work with Lord Voosloo. He's got such an incredible energy. So I really hope, whether you're joining me for that workshop or not, I really hope that was useful for you today. You know, really, I think it's a really interesting subject. But if you would like to join me for that workshop, I will pop all the details in the description down below. I would absolutely love to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you've enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. We would love to have you as a part of our community. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever you're doing today, sending you so much love. See you again soon. Bye-bye.